guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep a smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm gonna try not to keep it long, but y'all already know if it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. To go to nugget today is God's well done is the only well done you need to hear. Why? Because when God says well done to you, that means that he is pleased with you. Why is he pleased with you? Because you are walking in the Spirit. And when you walk in the Spirit, God says what? You will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And because you're not fulfilling the lust of the flesh, you're able to walk the way God wants you to walk. You're able to talk the way God wants you to talk. You're able to react, respond. You're doing everything the way God wants you to do it. All in his will. Therefore, what? He is pleased with you. And now he's saying, well done. And when God says, well done, that means he's about to reward you, which means what? He's about to position you in the rightful place. And when God positions you, when God sets you up, you know you can't be moved. You do know that, right? That's a good thing. God said he will not see the feet of the righteous be removed. Matter of fact, he said the feet will not be removed. Therefore, what? You will inherit the earth, inherit the land. And that's what God will do for you when he set you up, all because he's pleased with you. And not to mention, God said when he is pleased with you as well, that he will cause your enemies to be at peace with you. Here's the thing, y'all. When we're not walking in the Spirit, our flesh begins to operate. We begin to fulfill the lust of the flesh. And that flesh over there will have you over there desiring and hungry for what? Compliments, for acceptance, for validations, for congratulations, for well done from people, places, and things. And when you get into that space, you are setting yourself up for a fall. Why? Because you're asking man, people, places, and things to set you up. And when they begin to give you congratulations, give you high fives, give you, you did that, saying you the bomb.com, saying you the man and whatnot, you eat it all up. You gobble that all up to when you get puffed up. Because now you think that they are the ones that validate you. They are the ones that make you feel like you are somebody. And God is saying, not so. And so when you get into that place, you make yourself susceptible. I think I said that word right, susceptible. Yeah, I think that's right. You make yourself susceptible to all things that is contrary to God, which means what? You have forgotten that everybody that's patting you on the back, everybody that's saying congratulations, everybody that's saying what? Kudos to you, hooray, hooray, what a wonderful day for you, and you the man, and you did that, and you the girl, and all this stuff. You have forgotten that not all those people are rocking out for you. You say, everybody that congratulate me, everybody that's telling me well done, they my family, they love me. I know that's not true, and I'll tell you how I know. Because God says this in Matthew 23:33. He said, how is it you being evil say good things? How is it you being evil speaking of good things? Which means what? Everybody that's saying hooray, hooray for you, everybody that's congratulating you, everybody that's saying well done, everybody that's saying high five, everybody that's saying you did that, everybody that's saying you the man, everybody that's saying that, hey, you girl, you got this, you did this, yay girl, you the bum.com. Everybody ain't rooting for you like that. Even though they saying it, they're not. That's why when they puff you up with all of their praise, they get you so high to where you're feeling good. And then just when they say, okay, now it's time to snatch it all back, they snatch it all back. And then here you come, tumbling down, trying to figure out what happened. I thought they liked me. I thought they congratulated me. I thought they said I did a good job. I thought they said I was this, that, and the other. I thought they said that I was the bomb.com. I thought they said that I was... And then you hear that they're saying the total opposite. All because what was in their heart and what was in their mind was contrary to what they were speaking to you. God's well done to you is the only well done you need to hear. That's why in Proverbs, God says this. He said, favor is deceitful. Favor from him? Of course not. Favor from man is deceitful, and beauty is vain. Why? Because beauty fades. He said, but to the one that feareth him, that one shall be praised. Praised by who? Praised by God. And when God praises you, which means, well, when he says well done to you, that he's pleased with you, then he sets you up. And that setup that blessing, that position that he puts you in, that's sincere. That congratulation is sincere. That you did that is sincere. It is. That well done is sincere. And when God puts you in that place, like I said, can't nobody take you from it. Can't nobody take that position from you. Why? Because you remember with Balak and Balaam, they tried to put a curse on the people. And God said, you can't curse them. And it was like, why? And God said, what? Because I've already blessed them. And that's what God will do to you and for me. When he says, well done to you. And he says, well done to me. That he is pleased with us. He places us in a blessed place. In our finances, in our marriage, with our children, right? In our life period, in our health. And so anybody, anything that tries to come in and change it around, they won't be able to do it. Because God's well done cannot be undone. Now that's good. If you don't remember anything else, remember this. God's well done cannot be undone. So make sure that you're only listening for God's well done. I'm pleased with you. And the only way you're going to hear that, the only way you're going to know God is pleased with you is when you are walking in the Spirit. Because God said when you walk in the Spirit, you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And God also said what? To be spiritual minded means what? That there is life, right? So I was talking to a friend that bring me into this. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was saying to her, I said, you know what? It's good to be around people who are like-minded. And I said, scratch that. I said, forget I said that. It's good to be around people who are Christ-minded, who are thinking like God. Because you can be around like-minded people, but it doesn't mean just because you like the same thing that is good for you or good for the other person. But if you're Christ-minded, you're thinking the way God thinks, then you can't help but to please God. You can't. That's why God said, think on these things. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, honest, just, right? All of those things. A virtue, good report, right? If it be any praise. God said, think on these things. And when you're thinking on those things, that's you meditating on it, which means you're bringing it into your life, which means what? You're walking in the Spirit, and therefore you're getting and doing what God has told you to get and do, which means what? You can't help but to walk the way God asked you to walk. You can't help but to talk the way God asked you to talk. You can't help but to do what? React and respond the way God has called you to react and respond to certain things. But if you're not walking in the Spirit, ain't no way you're going to be able to react or respond or to walk or to talk, or to touch, or to feel, or to think the way God wants you to do all those things. Why? Because your flesh will be being fulfilled. And we don't want that. We want God to say, well done. Because when God say, well done, I'm telling you, the blessings flood in, they pour in. Not that you want to do what's right so that you can get blessings from God, but you want to do what's right so that God can be pleased. You want to do what's right, not to get an exchange from God, but so that God can be pleased. Say, God, I want to live right. I want to be in your presence. I want to do what you asked me to do because it makes you happy. I want to do it because you are so loving to me. Not because I want something from you, but because you deserve it, God. I am nothing without you. I can't breathe. I can't see. I can't hear. I can't do nothing without God. And neither can you. And when we are in that space, when we realize that, then you will have it in your heart that you gotta delight yourself in God because He is your everything. He's everything. Everything to you.